Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. This week, I'm gonna be running a chocolate factory. That's right, hand me an orange top hat and call me Mr. Beast, because it's chocolate time, baby.
Now, I really like chocolate. I mean, who doesn't, right? It's melty, it's sweet, it's satisfying. It comes in a huge variety of equally delectable forms like bars, kisses, truffles, balls, hot drinks. It basically just rocks. Oh yeah, chocolate rocks are also pretty good. And I've also seen a fair amount of enticing chocolate content floating around on the internet recently. Decorative chocolate, chocolate hacks, elaborate chocolate sculpture like this giant chocolate velociraptor, and of course chocolate factory content, like Mr. Beast's video where he built and gave away his own version of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And recently, we have been dipping our toes into learning the craft behind oddly satisfying small businesses, like making aesthetic boba drinks and making custom hard candies from scratch. So I decided, why not try and figure out how to make the delectable chocolate treats that I love so much and run a chocolate factory for a day. Okay, maybe not run, maybe more like become a chocolate apprentice for a day, but be involved in the running of a chocolate factory for a day. So we decided to partner with Escazu, a local chocolate company in Raleigh, North Carolina, to learn how the whole process works, as well as design and make some custom, aesthetically pleasing and tasty chocolate bars and truffles. And I don't want to spoil our custom chocolates, but we are going to be doing a subscriber giveaway with some of the chocolate bars that we make.
So if you're interested, make sure you're subscribed and I'll leave more instructions at the end of the video.
Also, Escazu will be selling some of the bars and confections that we make in this video, which you can buy in person at their store or online.
And who knows, maybe if you grab one, you'll find a golden ticket in there. You won't. Probably not. I can't say. All right. Let's go.
Now, as much as I love Willy Wonka, Mr. Beast, and that old bum Grandpa Joe, to my knowledge, most chocolate factories don't operate like the Wonka one, with giant themed rooms, unclear hereditary principles, and manned by legions of orange servants and super intelligent squirrels. And obviously, I don't know exactly what goes on in the manufacturing plants of giant candy companies like Hershey or Mars, but there are actually a couple of small, independent chocolate factories in Raleigh that seem to operate somewhat similarly, with a number of machines on site that let them create their chocolate completely from scratch, from bean to bar, which is part of what brought us to Escazu.
All right, so I'm here with Danielle and Tiana today. They are my chocolate gurus. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Do you accept chocolate guru?
Yes, we'll wear the title.
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. We decided guru over chocolate coach. That was a sort of second choice.
Hey, Captain.
Captain was chocolate captain is kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute.
Kind of cute.
Yeah.
Captain of this chocolate ship?
And Escazu is also well known for having extremely detailed and aesthetic chocolates, from custom-shaped glittery truffles to colorful ombre bars. And so besides following the entire process from bean to bar, we were also going to be able to do some beautification, aka chocolate designing, and of course some custom flavor picking.
So where should we start?
Well, we're gonna start with the beans, which is where chocolate starts.
With the beans. You heard it from the captain. With the beans.
And also, as a quick disclaimer, though we will be seeing the entire chocolate making process today,
The other way is the right way, but you can also wear it that way.
I'll wear it the other way.
you can't actually finish every step in one day, as certain stages take hours or even days to complete.
Bean.
Return to the beans. I yearn for the beans. Where are the beans?
Yeah.
This way?
So there's gonna be a little movie magic involved here.
Let's go to the beans.
Now, all chocolate originates from cacao beans, which when freshly harvested have a very bitter taste, so you have to do a lot of stuff to them before they start tasting like chocolate.
We received 60 kilo and 70 kilo bags. This is 60 kilo, and this comes from Venezuela. And the origin is cadenero, which is a really nice bean that we like using here a lot. And I'm from Venezuela, and I think we have some of the best cacao in the world. I promise I'm not biased.
And we were gonna be guided through all of these bean phases by resident bean queen, Carla.
I'm what I usually call myself when we're with Anne Marie, the soap queen. I'm usually the soap peasant.
Okay.
All right, I'm the bean peasant.
Oh my god. Okay.
So show me how it's done.
All right, so normally we'll just grab scoops.
All right, I'm following Carla, the bean queen.
And to ensure that they only use the best cacao beans, our first step here is to sort through these giant bags by hand and sort out the good beans from the bad beans.
Like this guy right here, he feels a little too thin, so that would be considered like not that great of a bean.
A flattened bean.
Yeah.
Not too great of a bean. Nope.
And then this one too, it's too small.
Oh my god, he's tiny.
Yes. But
What happened to him?
There are a couple of things that we're looking for here. Bad beans are ones that are too small, too shriveled, or too flat.
Oh yeah, that one's literally a pancake.
that one would be out, yeah.
Out. One day you're in,
The next you're out, you're a bad bean. And any beans that have this kind of residue on them or have holes on them could have been eaten up by bugs already.
Oh, yeah.
That bug really went to town on that one.
Yeah.
So they are obviously out as well.
He's kind of small, but he's kind of nothing.
Yeah, kind of nothing.
Had a sob story, but wasn't good enough.
Wasn't good enough to make it through. And good beans are gonna be big, round, and smooth.
That one's extra meaty.
Oh yeah, it's meaty.
It's meaty.
So they will hopefully have a fair amount of the actual cacao nib or meat of the bean inside of them.
It's kind of flat. Or you think it's okay?
It'll be okay. Sometimes I'm like, I'll give you a chance.
You have a chance, but you have to wow me.
Because that's the money stuff that's gonna become chocolate.
I like how your judging instincts immediately go to reality show. You're immediately Tim Gunn.
I would like to become the Simon Cowell of beans. Where's my golden buzzer?
So after judging the talents of our pile of beans,
Like this. Wow.
That one's
beautiful bean.
amazing.
Amazing. Carla says amazing.
we sent some on to the next round.
Did you get that?
Where'd you just flick that?
It got flicked to the good pile, I hope.
And even though I only sorted about a 50th of what Carla usually does,
Now those are some good beans.
she gave me a passing grade.
You're a good sorter.
Thank you. I mean, that's a high compliment coming from the bean queen herself.
Yes.
Now these nice and hearty beans that we sorted have already been dried and fermented, but in order to draw out the perfect flavor that we know as chocolate, because at this point they would probably taste like grass, we need to roast them.
This right here is our roaster.
Wow.
It's a big, big guy.
Oh, he's a big boy.
And the roasting is done in this giant circular drum over here.
Oh, damn.
Wow. Like Eye of Sauron vibes? A little bit?
Yeah.
Like a giant pupil?
And this machine will both roast the beans
Woo! Oh, yeah! That's why they call her the bean queen.
and also continuously turn them over.
Sounds nice.
Ooh, it does sound nice. Unintentional ASMR, sort of.
Chocolate ASMR?
Yes.
Escazu usually roasts between 260 to 300 pounds of beans for about 3 hours.
All right, Carla's gonna let me flip the switch. That was an immediate effect.
So obviously we can't show you the full process here. This is more of a demonstration roast.
All right.
Woohoo!
So let's pull it out forward.
But once they're done, you use this giant lever over here
Here they come.
to empty out the giant drum and get show nicely and newly roasted beans.
That was like nerve-wracking. I was like so nervous I was gonna miss the whole time. I was like, am I missing right now? Like, am I literally missing the bucket? Beans, roasted. Boom, roasted.
And if you have indeed boom roasted your beans just the right amount,
I've been waiting for this part.
it's time to crack them open
Yeah, don't eat the shell. Just
Don't eat the
try
shell?
to eat the inside of it. Yeah.
Try to eat the inside.
Yeah.
and separate the husks of the beans from this nib we keep talking about,
Oh, okay, I got some.
And you can taste it. Cheers.
Cheers.
which is the shiny, waxy looking stuff inside.
It's good. You can taste some of the caramel.
No, yeah, I can taste the chocolate.
Yeah, it's not gonna have sugar, so it's not gonna be sweet.
It's kind of like if you were eating like a espresso bean, but
Yes.
like a little less bitter. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this machine that we have here is called the Winnower, and its job is basically just to separate husks from nib.
Oh, the vacuum's huge.
Yes.
I didn't understand what you were pointing to. My worst take is it kind of looks like a 1950s weight loss machine.
It does.
Right? Yeah, like,
It is actually kind of crazy looking,
let's blast these beans.
like half bean saw machine, half bean water slide.
Like that?
Yes.
A little faster?
Yeah, that's good. You can go faster if you like.
And the idea is that this part of the machine is gonna help crack the beans open, and then the cracked beans will shimmy down this slide here underneath this vacuum that whisks away the husks,
Feel like I'm doing something?
Yeah.
ideally leaving only the nib behind.
You're not gonna get everything broken the first time, so normally it'll get passed through multiple times until
Okay.
we get all the nibs out as much as we can.
During this step, Carla also sifts the beans by hand using a giant sieve like this.
I was just talking about panning for gold the other day.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here,
Yeah,
right?
mhm.
Yeah. Okay, yep.
We're getting our gold nuggets, which are our nibs.
To roughly separate clean nib from stuff that needs to be winnowed again.
Like that feels like nib.
Yeah, it's nibs, so you can push it through. Now you got some big pieces in
Yeah,
there.
they have big nibs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's a big
Huge nib.
one. Wow. That's the one you take to the county fair.
Now that's a big nib.
And this process of winnowing, sifting, and vacuuming up stray husks
Oh, it's smelling good.
Smell good.
is lathered, rinsed, and repeated until you have a whole giant bucket filled with just nib, the whole nib, and nothing but the nib.
That one looks husky to me. Maybe I'm wrong though.
It could just be the color.
You're right.
Yeah, it is
You're
the
right.
color.
You're right.
You can push those through.
How dare I question the bean queen? You're right.
Actually, the nibs are not really whole, they're mostly in pieces, which is totally fine because our next step once we have our nibbles,
We got our nibs, baby!
Got our nibs.
is to pour them into the chocolate grinder.
I was gonna say we're back on the grind, but I've never done it before. So I'm first time to the grind.
To the grind.
To the grind. To the grind.
The grind.
No, our beans haven't been through enough. In fact, we're about to kick it up a notch.
This is our grind room.
Yeah.
Right in here. The door slides open.
Coco Chanel, is that the name of the machine?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have 2 machines.
Nice.
Now, the idea of grinding is pretty straightforward.
You can feel the temperature difference.
Ooh, it is warm in here.
Oh.
Very toasty.
We're gonna grind these nibs essentially and eventually into chocolate using these grinding machines that have these large stone wheels inside of them.
This is Diamond.
Oh.
That's her name is Diamond.
Hi, Diamond.
She's been here since I started here, and then we got her a few months ago, and we named her Coco Chanel. That's her name.
Wow.
So these are the machines that grind all the chocolate.
Boss babes.
Now we're coming kind of in the middle of the grinding process here.
So these things have been going for a day already?
Yes, typically they go for about 3 or 4 days.
But the idea is that cacao nibs naturally contain cocoa butter inside of them, so when you put dry nibs by themselves into the grinder, the mixture will, through heat and pressure, naturally turn into a liquidy paste. And then you start adding in more ingredients like sugar,
So this is nib plus sugar plus heat plus movement.
Yes.
Cool.
which has already been done for this batch,
And where we see that sugar that didn't go in
Yeah.
all the way, we want to get that in there. So we will scrape it.
Get in there. Get in there.
as well as some more cocoa butter to make it smoother,
Ooh. Looks like cheese.
which Carla let me plop in.
Oh, look at the chunks. Bye. All right, so we fed Chanel.
Fed Chanel.
And this mixture continues to be ground, churned, and melted for about a couple days until everything is refined and all of the ingredients are of a uniform size, so there's no grittiness.
Now our stuff is done and
Are
melted.
those tiny spoons to taste it?
Yes.
Yes!
So you can taste the chocolate.
Tastes like chocolate.
Tastes like chocolate.
There we go. There she is. I can tell it's a little grainy, but it
Yes.
still tastes good.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll taste even better when it is ready.
And once the grinding is all finished, the liquid chocolate mixture is emptied from the machine and poured into clean bins to cool. And that's how the chocolate ends up looking like these bricks on the shelf over here.
They look sweaty.
Yes. Little dewy, little dewy.
Well, do we? Okay. It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Okay, so now we're at the part of the video where we get to start making our own custom chocolate creations.
So we're done with beans?
We're done with beans. You're done with me. You're gonna now go to her.
I'm a little sad.
I know. I'm gonna miss you.
So we said farewell to the Bean Queen Carla
So we're going to see the captain?
Yes.
All right, let's go see the captain.
and return to the safe hands of our chocolate captain Danielle.
Welcome to the next step of the process.
To the ship?
Yes,
All
welcome
right.
to the ship.
The poop deck?
I,
I don't know anything about ships, actually.
No.
That's all I know. Starboard?
The jib.
The jib? The flying jib?
We had plans to make both a custom chocolate bar and a confection, and we decided to start off with the bar, tackling the design part of it first.
want to grab those?
Yes.
And we'll grab these and then move over to the painting station.
To the painting station.
As I mentioned, Escazu does a lot of super cool chocolate designing.
This is the painting hood. This is the Pimp My Ride station.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You're gonna pimp your chocolates.
That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
This is the exhibit of chocolate.
And one of the ways they achieve these bombastic bars is by using dyed cocoa butters as paint,
Well, we could do white,
White could be cute.
teal.
Teal could be cute.
which are completely edible but very vibrant.
How do we feel about the gold?
I feel great about gold.
Oh, we feel great about gold.
And the way you deck out your bars is by coating the interiors of your mold with the dyed cocoa butter before the chocolate is poured inside of them. We decided to go for a purple sunset celestial galaxy vibe,
Okay, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, yeah.
starting with some Jackson Pollock-esque spritzes of gold, white, and black cocoa butter with this paintbrush
It's hard for me to have precision, but I think I am splattering.
to be sort of like stars and other cosmic entities.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That is good.
I like my chocolate bars like I like my eggs.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then we hooked up 3 different purple cocoa butters to an airbrush machine.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it time for the airbrush?
It is time for the
Oh,
airbrush.
it just hit me. I was like, what? Oh.
That's what's happening.
Kind of like at an auto body shop.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's some paint.
To create a smooth and satisfying ombre background.
So we're gonna start with the darkest color and end with the lightest colors.
Yep, because we're looking at not the front of the bar.
Correct, exactly.
I get it.
Yes.
I get it. Do you get it? I get it.
You get chocolate, man.
I get it.
I am certainly not the exhibit of chocolate,
Like here, would you say?
I'm
Sorry, what? Where?
but this place is kind of like Pimp My Ride.
Ooh, yeah. Ready? Here's my work at the chocolate body shop.
Ta-da! That looks pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And with our molds painted to our satisfaction, it was time to talk about what was gonna go in them. Now, returning to our chocolate, as it was sitting in those bars on the shelf, it was what is called untempered chocolate, which means that the sugar and fat crystals inside of it are not of uniform size, yet.
So these things are like the sugar crystals?
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell by the look of it, it has some visible spots, it doesn't have that shiny exterior to it, and if you try and break it, it'll crumble rather than snap in two.
See how it's like super crumbly?
Yeah. All right, that's a bag of untempered chocolate, baby.
Still tastes pretty good, but not the most melty, most beautiful chocolate that we want to serve you guys.
The flavor is good, but the texture is different. Yeah, totally. I would say it more dissolves than it melts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So before we could use our chocolate, we made sure to temper it.
But there's a reason why they call it tempering. Chocolate is very temperamental. I think,
get it.
you know. You don't want to lose your temper. I love making that joke. So
I get it.
Get it?
I get it, Captain.
Do you have chocolate on your forehead, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain pointed it out for me, but I just left it there.
Which we did by pressing this button on one of these nice tempering machines that Escazu has, which will heat up the chocolate and then slowly cool it while stirring it or agitating it. And then you also drop in a piece of already tempered chocolate.
It is shiny.
There you go. It's one of them fancy tempered bars.
Goodbye! To kind of teach the other sugar crystals the size they need to be. That's how I've decided to explain it. And once we had some nice tempered chocolate, we could move on to the flavoring, which we did by creating some flavor-infused cocoa butter.
Cocoa butter in the pot. Now we're gonna melt it.
Now, though I do like most chocolate, I had a couple of specific flavors in mind. Generally, I like things that are not too sweet. I like things that are kind of planty or earthy tasting, like black tea, matcha, mint, and of course, lavender.
Oh, it's melted.
Yep.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Here we go. Boom.
And because of the purpleness of our bars, I thought lavender would be the perfect choice.
Smack that.
Smack that.
Mixed with a dash of vanilla to make sure it's nice and food-like and not too herbaceous.
All right, we got the vanilla stalks.
Yep.
And then the like vanilla paste sort of.
Yep.
Bean paste.
This infused cocoa butter we're making on the stove here is just for our first round of bars.
Wow, that smells really good. Smells good. Smells good.
For the bars that we're gonna send off to you guys, we're actually going to seal these flavors together to steep for a few days to make sure the flavors are nice and potent.
So I have the cocoa butter here, which should be about the same temperature as the chocolate,
Flavored cocoa butter.
right?
There she is.
But once we got ourselves an infusion, we combined it with some of our chocolate.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. You want to taste it?
You just walked off. I was like,
Sorry,
I thought you were
just
going
sort of
with the-
instinct.
Thank you. That's good.
That's really good, right? Yeah.
It's very, very lavender flavored, but I love that.
But it's like not soapy.
Not soapy. First instinct was like blueberry, but like that doesn't make any sense.
No,
yeah.
it does.
Yeah,
It
okay.
does make sense because it's a combination of the fruitiness of the chocolate.
Oh,
Is that?
I was just so excited about the
excited,
flavor.
yeah.
I just snapped the spoon in half.
And then we were ready to pour our chocolate into our pre-painted molds.
Show me how the captain does it.
Which for the bars is pretty straightforward.
Okay, let's see.
You basically just have to tiger grip your molds
And as straight as possible so that it doesn't.
Am I not straight?
Now you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
and let her rip.
Oh damn, stuff looks good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you stick your bars on this vibrating table to shake out any air bubbles.
It's table time, people. Boom.
And then whisk them away to the cooling drawer so they can solidify.
Goodbye.
I'm talking about chocolate bars, baby. And with our bars taken care of, we then turned our eyes to our confection, which I think in layman's terms we usually think of as a truffle, you know, one of these guys, with a chocolate shell on the outside and an exciting and flavorful filling on the inside. And once again, we started with the design part. And in the spirit of making something galaxy-ish that kind of matched our bars,
We could do the same thing but marbled.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
we decided to use the same colors of cocoa butter as we did before.
My accuracy is low, but the bling factor is high.
Jackson Pollock splatter them inside of our confection molds,
Almost done seasoning. Here we go.
This is it.
This is the essence. Just channeling emerald right now.
and then attempt to marble the colors together by slightly melting them with a hairdryer and then air blasting them.
But you also don't want to do too much because then your colors are going to blend.
Right.
In Captain Danielle's words, this was an experimental method.
How melted is too melted?
So though it was kind of fun to blast the cocoa butter with the hairdryer,
Blast it, and then blast it again. Oh.
results were not guaranteed.
Okay, so this is like sort of what it looks like from this side.
Yeah.
And then from the other side, it kind of looks like this.
Oh damn.
Yeah, kind of like impressionisty is what I would say.
Purple eyeballs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Purple eyeballs.
But I guess we'll see what ends up happening.
Do you feel threatened yet?
A little bit.
Oh, oops.
Less so.
Now less so.
Yeah.
And then it was time to add in the chocolate. Now, when you think of the structure of a chocolate confection, there's a hard outer chocolate shell, which is what we had to build first. And this was, according to Captain, a very difficult step for chocolate noobs like myself.
I think it may be the most difficult thing
think so
that
too.
we may have done today.
I agree.
Basically, what you do is you grip your confection mold from the bottom,
All right, this is my first attempt, so things could go well or awful.
fill every cavity of your mold up with chocolate,
And then go, yep, you got it.
That looked good.
That's actually pretty good.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Ooh,
too much.
It's okay. As long as it's full, it's okay.
which takes a lot more precision than the bars.
Here we go. Go for the money. Come on, fill it up to the top, baby.
Then you scrape off any excess chocolate,
Oh,
It's okay.
okay, here we go.
get rid of any air bubbles on the vibrating table,
Ta-da! She's vibing.
Literally.
and then wait a second for the chocolate to harden in the mold only a little bit. So only the outside is solid, but the middle is still liquid.
So it's a little bit cool at the edges, but not totally cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you return to your chocolate pot and emphatically and quickly flip over the mold.
Make it rain! Look at those strings.
So the still liquid chocolate inside pours out, leaving you with only the outer shell.
Oh, and then you scrape upside down. Okay. Yes. Not sure if I'm ready for that.
Yep, it's pretty hard, and it's my turn.
So your movement's gonna be like a quick, decisive.
Stop. It's kind of like waxing a mustache.
But you wax my mustache. I don't wax my own.
So after girding my loins,
Ready?
No. Yes.
it was go time.
Flip.
All right.
Flip.
Nice.
Flip.
Then turn it.
Turn. Tap.
Scrape. Tap and scrape.
Though obviously the most difficult part of this is the quick and decisive flip, just generally keeping the mold straight up and not dropping it is also pretty hard.
Turn it back.
Yep.
Boom.
But surprisingly to all, I think I kind of pulled it off.
What do
Yeah,
you think?
that's not
Done.
bad.
Done.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh! Was that okay?
That was pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was awesome.
All right, I'm done.
And with those put away in our cooling drawer to further solidify,
I was like legit nervous about that.
Yeah.
It's okay, right? Captain, that's okay?
I think that's great.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
it was time to take on the insides of our confections.
All right, Captain. We got this.
So besides the planty flavors we talked about earlier, I am also a big fan of marzipan, aka almond paste. I love me an almond croissant, a tiny marzipan animal, just 10 out of 10. But apparently it's pretty hard to make. So we decided to channel that energy into making a nice almond butter white chocolate cream.
Oh, that smells amazing.
Oh, yeah. Smells like marzipan.
That smacks of marzipan, yeah.
Let me just stick my beak in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that smells good.
Which we made by infusing some normal almond butter with almond essence
What's this stuff?
Don't chug it.
to really kick up the almondy flavor.
It's like mega almond. It's like almond flavored almond butter. It's almond deception.
Oh, wow.
And then mixing in some nice white chocolate.
That's almost too good. It also kind
Almost
of
too good?
tastes like a marzipan.
Here's the thing, that's enhanced.
I was gonna ask, is this enhanced? But we enhanced it. It looks good, tastes good. What more can you want?
More.
More of it.
And because part of the fun of a confection is that you can have multiple separately flavored layers inside of them, we also decided to do a second layer of black tea ganache.
Heavy cream. Boom.
To make our confection kind of like a black tea almond milk latte inspired flavor profile.
It's steeping, baby.
And our black tea ganache is made by boiling tea in heavy cream, straining out the leaves,
Oh yeah, look at those leaves. Squeeze them leaves.
and then mixing that concoction thoroughly with more shaved chocolate.
Am I like looking for a specific consistency?
Until it's creamy.
Until it's creamy.
And once we had both our white chocolate and our ganache ready, we transferred them into piping bags
Ooh, that's nice. There's some left over for me.
and grabbed our chocolate shells out of the cooling drawer to fill them up.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Carefully doling out just a smidge of both the white chocolate and the ganache to make them half and half.
1, 2. Oh. My piping bag is getting kind of flaccid, so I just gotta rework it a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, yep. Beautiful.
And then once all of our confections were filled, we had a little bonus black tea nosh
Nosh be captain.
that Captain doled out into my mouth.
Okay, are you ready?
You're getting hazed.
Are we gonna get in trouble for this?
Are you getting iced right now?
It's a very deep flavor.
Yeah? Yeah?
Ooh, The aftertaste is super tea.
Yeah, because you get all the tannins from the tea. I thought you were like that, staying like that, so you can talk to me eye to eye.
Oh, imagine. I was like, tell me more, Captain.
Absolutely. What do you want to know?
Then we coated the bottoms of our confections with another layer of chocolate to seal our innards, well, in.
Ooh, to the table.
The wall?
To the table also.
And with all of our confections capped, jostled, and debubbled, we stuck them back into the cooling drawer to solidify. Confections, a check. So now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Did I, the lowly chocolate seaman, ruin all of our custom chocolate plans, or was Chocolate Captain Danielle able to steer the ship cleanly to port?
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
No?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What are you about to do?
What are you gonna do?
AKA, what were our chocolates gonna look and taste like?
Oh!
Whoa, that was good.
Now, our bars came pretty cleanly out of the mold,
They just fall out. They're slippery little bastards.
and I have to say, very humbly,
They came out really pretty.
The ombre is looking good.
they definitely had that starry night sunset vibe we were going for.
Boom! A bunch of bars, baby.
Bean to bar, baby.
Yeah.
And then as for our confections,
Whoa! Wah! She smacked it. Captain Smash.
the marbling technique that we tried didn't work out exactly as we had envisioned.
Interesting. What an interesting little thing we made.
Some were better than others, but the colors came out a little muddled.
Boom.
Separating out the money beats.
I'm putting the money beats up front. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I did come back a little while later to try a new technique in which we eliminated the hair dryer and the air blaster and used our fingers to marble instead, as well as added a thin layer of black cocoa butter as a backdrop. And this worked a lot better. So these are the ones that Escazu will have in their shop if you come in person.
All right. They are kind of like Lakers chocolates. That was unintentional.
But marbling techniques aside, it was time for a taste test.
Are you gonna taste one?
Yes.
Oh.
We must.
We can't stop short of tasting.
Why do you think I came all this way?
So alongside both our captains, we dug in.
Captain?
Thank you.
Captain 2?
Thank you.
Off-screen captain?
Off-screen Captain.
And our confections did not disappoint.
First it was deep chocolate, then it was tea, then it was marzipan.
And then it was all things at once.
Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Like, it had vague artisanal Reese's peanut butter cup vibes,
You get a lot of body from the almond butter.
Body.
with the almond butter white chocolate, and a nice dash of deep black tea taste as well. Like an ogre, this chocolate has layers.
That is the goodness.
That is the goodness.
And then we turn to our bars.
Whoa! All right, we got some pieces to taste. Zelda, right?
And after doling out pieces of each Triforce to our captains,
Thank you.
Wisdom.
Power.
What's the other one?
Courage.
Courage.
Okay.
we got a blast of flavor.
That's amazing. Straight to lavender, but not too
But
soapy.
not soapy.
Not too soapy because of the vanilla, I feel like. Mm-hmm. Holy crap, that's good.
It's not too herby, it's still pretty sweet. It's almost got that hint of fruity flavor.
Super smooth. Great
Very
temper.
smooth. Great temper.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I pushed a button.
Like the three corners of the Triforce, it just kind of strikes that perfect balance.
You know what? You guys should sell this. I think Captain's losing her mind.
Well done.
Well done. Is it funny because you are?
That was funny.
So many hours and a pile of finished chocolates later, that was our day at a chocolate factory.
Did I run the chocolate factory? No. Did I make some chocolate? Yes.
You didn't run it into the ground.
Oh, did I run it into ruin? No. So that's also good.
That's a W.
I actually learned a ton about chocolate making from the crew at Escazu. I think I had a general idea of how chocolate was made before this, but there's a lot of precision to it that I didn't totally understand until today.
I've been here for a very long time. It's a bit of a blur, but some is retained. We started with the bean, we ended with the bar. A lot of things happened in between.
And there's definitely no drawback to seeing how the sausage is made. I think after lifting up the curtain on how delicious chocolate candies come to be, I actually like them even more. And I do, of course, really like our chocolates that we ended up making, which between the different flavors and the art, I feel like we customized to the max, even down to the packaging, like with our little bat stickers.
The stickers!
Beautiful stickers.
The stickers. Man, you want one of the stickers?
They're so cute.
And I hope you guys like them enough to enter our subscriber giveaway. I know we only made a handful of chocolates in this video, but we did whip up a fresh batch of over 50 bars to give away to you guys.
Which you could partake in, A, if you subscribe to this channel, comment down below, and fill out the Google form in the description. And also, you could also come to Escazu and buy a bar, because they're going to be selling them for a while.
And they sell online.
And they sell online. And they sell online.
Well, you know everything.
And hopefully I did well enough in all my tasks for captains to promote me to chocolate bosun, or maybe chocolate second mate.
Yes, I did have to look up the rankings on a ship to make that reference. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked that video, make sure to shamash that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to shamash that subscribe button. Here are our short form / social media handles, and here's our merch website. And with that, I will see you guys next time.